Break through the blackout before the first spark has a name. No pause, no warning. Every breath snaps into another, into the whole verse. Third just forward, like nothing in the room has enough weight to slow it down. I don't stand around reading the atmosphere, because atmosphere changes with whoever walks through the door. I bring my own gravity, my own direction, my own standard, then let everything else rearrange itself around the decisions already made. Most people don't lose because they lack ability. They lose because they become loyal to a version of themselves that stopped evolving. I refuse to carry outdated instincts into fresh battles. Every morning starts with another audit. What's useful stays, what's average disappears. What's slow in the process gets cut before it convinces itself it belongs. The sharpest edge isn't the one that never dulls, it's the one that's sharpened again before anybody notices the difference. Every phrase slips into unexpected spaces. Every hidden rhyme pulling another thread beneath the surface. Every transition shifting the weight before prediction catches up. I don't recycle momentum because momentum has an expiration date. Build another wave before the first one crashes. Build another level before the last one feels complete. Standing still has never looked impressive to me, only unfinished. Everybody keeps asking for opportunities while ignoring responsibility. Responsibility is where the real average highs. Handle the small things correctly and bigger doors stop feeling impossible. Ignore the details and even simple tasks become mountains. That's why I stay obsessed with the precision. Tiny improvements repeated relentlessly become impossible. Advantages once enough time passes. Pressure doesn't arrive carrying answers, it arrives carrying questions. How stable is the process? How honest is the preparation? How clean are the decisions when everything gets loud? I don't answer with speeches, I answer with execution. Another clear move, another measured reaction, another unnecessary habit left behind before it grows roots. The cadence keeps twisting through fresh pathways. Every sentence feeding another layer of movement. Every breath reinforcing the next section without leaving dead space behind. No decorative noise, no borrowed identity, no familiar pattern stretching to something that not every bar earns its place, because it creates momentum instead of borrowing it from the previous one. I don't waste energy chasing quick validation, because validation changes with the room. I'd rather invest in capability that survives empty rooms, difficult mornings and shifting expectations. Capability compounds quietly, nobody notices it while it's growing. And one day people call it natural because they never witnessed the years spent building it one deliberate choice at a time. No comfort keeps offering smaller dreams wrapped in softer language. It says slow down, it says you've done enough, it says protect what you built instead of risking something greater. I decline every time, growth never not wearing comfortable shoes that arrive covered in uncertainty, carrying heavier demands and expecting stronger discipline than yesterday could provide. Every completed objective becomes another checkpoint instead of a destination. Every improvement creates another responsibility. Every lesson earned through failure becomes another advantage that can't be bought, copied, or borrowed. That's why I never fear starting over. Starting over with experience is stronger than standing still with old success. Final breath doesn't close the story, it launches the next pursuit before the echo disappears. No victory lap, no attachment to old levels, no interest in preserving yesterday's reputation. Another challenge is already waiting, another ceiling is already standing overhead, and I'm already reaching for it, because progress only belongs to the people willing to outgrow themselves before the world asks them to.
Yeah. Crash through the first second like hesitation, never resisted. Every breath lands with purpose and immediately hands the weight to the next one, until the whole run feels locked together from beginning to end. I wait for the room to catch the energy, because energy fades while people are still deciding whether to move. I'd rather force the pace forward and let everything else adjust behind me than spend another moment asking for space that was never going to be given. Nothing around me stays the same for long, because I refuse to let success become furniture. The second something feels familiar, I start questioning it, turning it over, taking it apart, searching for the weak point hiding underneath the surface. If it survives, it earns another day. If it doesn't, it gets replaced without regret. Progress is never cared about sentiment, only results. Everybody likes talking about ambition until ambition asks for another sacrifice. That's where conversations stop and choices begin. I stopped collecting excuses years ago, because excuses multiply faster than opportunities if you let them breathe. Cut them off early, tighten the focus, keep moving. Every unnecessary thought steals another piece of momentum, and momentum is too expensive to waste on hesitation. Every phrase keeps shifting away before expectation catches it. Every hidden rhyme threading another layer beneath the surface. Every transition changing direction without losing pressure. Nothing circles back, nothing leans on old habits. Every section arrives with a different angle, because repeating yourself is the fastest way to become invisible. People celebrate reaching the top of one hill without noticing the mountain behind it. I don't stand still long enough to admire the view. The next climb already matters more than the last one. Every finish creates another beginning, every answer creates another question. Every completed task immediately raises the price of the next one. That's how stays alive instead of becoming another memory. Pressure doesn't need to be feared because pressure only exposes what preparation forgot. If something breaks, fix it. If something bends, reinforce it. If something survives, test it again. Weakness hidden today becomes a problem tomorrow, so I'd rather confront it immediately than let comfort disguise it as confidence. Every breath keeps the movement connected. Every sentence extends the intensity without falling into empty aggression. Every word earns its place through purpose instead of volume. Loud means nothing if direction is missing. Precision always outlasts noise because precision keeps producing while noise keeps searching for another audience. I don't chase fast recognition because fast recognition disappears just as quickly. I'd rather build something that keeps standing after the excitement burns away. One clean decision becomes another one. Disciplined action strengthens the next. Before long, the difference becomes impossible to ignore. Not because it arrived dramatically, but because it never stopped growing while everyone else kept restarting. Nothing valuable is ever protected by staying comfortable. Comfort slowly convinces people they've done enough. I reject that idea every single day. Another revision, another adjustment, another lesson, another level. Staying hungry isn't about wanting more applause. It's about refusing to become satisfied with the version that still has room to improve. Final breath lands without slowing the pace, because slowing down was never the objective. The objective is to leave every verse stronger than the last one. Every decision cleaner than the one before it. And every new challenge wondering why it expected me to stop when moving forward has always been the only language I speak.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I know, no, 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 no. Yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, 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 yeah. I pull up quiet with a wet road glistens. No loud words to the whole room listens. Fresh coat draped with a cold ambition. I make calm sound like a strong position. City moves slow through the glass in the rain. Phone lights blink with a brand new gain. I don't show much, I contain my flame. Then let one line put respect on my name. No hurry in me, I let pressure mature. Oh, grind me, the new life secure. They want my style, but the motive ain't pure. I keep distance when the smile's unsure. I got polish in the fit, ice in the tone. Back road lessons that I never outgrown. They see the shine of the nights alone. I made one route from a cracked milestone. Clean step, dark shade, soft leather. Low voice, sharp bar, cold weather. No panic, more work, move clever. One hook lands in the room, gets better. Yeah, I don't need hype, I need clear accounts. I don't need noise, I need high amounts. I don't need posts just to show I'm around. I make small moves turn into large counts. Passport folded in a slim black case. Still got hunger in a calm blank face. New room booked in a tall glass place, but the old cold days never left my pace. I stay relaxed, but the cadence is surgical. Smooth little flow with the street made vertical. They get loud, I get more purposeful. I make drill sound clean but personal. No bright chorus, no jumpy little mood. Just tight drums with a rich attitude. Just crisp words with a colder view. Just one verse, making big talk move. I came from way while the rain came sideways. Now the car pulls up at a hotel driveway. Still keep focused like I'm stuck in my old days. I don't flex loud, I let the proof phrase. Late play skyline, black chat, new deal, calm staff. Fresh air, no chase, no stress. I'm there, whole place shits wanna enter somewhere. They want the picture, not the patience. Want the flight, not the basement. Want the table, not the payment. I want freedom with the fragrance. I keep my circle up private, lifting the loose to lock when the energy shifts. They want links, I want ownership. They want noise, I want stronger grip. No force flex, no cheap reaction. Just sneak wins with a silent fashion. Just drill drums with clean attraction. Just shot flow, cutting through distraction. I pull up quiet with a wet road listens. No loud words to the whole room listens. Fresh coat draped with a cold ambition. I make calm sound like a strong position. I done got plans, top deep in a lot, no app. New cash landing with a phone face flat. Old scars hidden under fine. Cut fabric, I'm smooth with a mindset savage. No weak off and no borrow shine. No fake bond from shaky line. No loose hand in a room that lies. I read motives to designer eyes. Cold floor, warm light, night view. Low tall, high taste, nice move. No rush, right time. Glide through one bar hits and the whole crowd mute. I don't follow fashion, I sharp and shabby. I chase status, I'm marketed. Don't waste anger, I harvest it. I don't say much, I target it. I got rhythm in the pocket like a car technique. Calm little voice, but the drums still sleek. They want secrets, I keep them brief. I make wealth sound cold when I touch the beat. Late ride, rolling past the close up signs. No wild smile, just a clear strong mind. Out no need luck with the walking lines. I stay patient while the root refines. No singing, just timing and brushing. I'll be shouting, it's measured aggression. No begging, just quiet progression. No folded, just better direction. I used to dream with a heater when missing. And the view looks wide and the glass to keep clinking. Still got discipline under new living. I keep climbing with no permission. Sailing, moving, street red reason. New calm face, but the same old season. They talk quick, I hear weakness breathing. I move once and the room stops reading. Clean step, dark shade, soft leather. Low voice, sharp bar, cold weather. No panic, more work, move clever. One hook lands in the room, gets better. I don't sell noise, I sell value. I don't need fame, I need balance. I don't waste time on a false palace. I make cold rap sound polished. One more drop for the excitement. One more cool that I won't list. One more verse for the tight wrist twist. One more win and I vanish. Chris, I pull up quiet when the wet road listens. No loud words to the whole room listens. Fresh coat draped with a cold ambition. I make calm sound on like a strong position. I make calm sound like a strong position. I arrive smooth with the late rain settles. I ride smooth with the late rain settles. I arrive smooth with the late rain settles. No raised voice, just a calm high level. Fresh coat cup with a quiet little metal. I look too clean, but the mind stay rebel. Black wheels roll by the glass front lobby. Phone on me to the bag, keep calling. I don't chase noise, I let numbers follow me. One cold bar in the whole room, copy. No sprint in my step, I move with balance. Old broke days get a new life value. They see taste, not the stress I carry. That may slow grind, look rich and casual. I keep one eye on the next elevation. Low key grim with a lock location. They want the vibe, not the preparation. I turn patience into presentation. Clean mood, sharp groove, no rush. Dark view, fresh move, cold touch. Big aim, small talk, hush hush. One line hits and the whole place hush. I don't need praise, I need profit clear. I don't need crowds, I need proper gear. I don't need fake ones dropping near. I keep my lane and the route stays clear. Passport stamp from a quiet departure. New room book where the light shines softer. Still got hunger from the old cold chapter. I make drill sound smooth but sharper. Backseat leather with the rain outside. No big flex, just a composed ride. I stay calm but the flow won't hide. Every pocket cuts like a suit well tied. No playful bounce, no carnival glow. Just tight drums with a polished flow. Just slick words from a colder soul. Just one verse making calm feel bold. I came from saving every little coin. Now the whole week feels well employed. Still keep focused with a silent poise. I don't need volume when I got choice. Late night table, skyline here. New deal closed with a look sincere. No chase, no waste, no fear. Whole room still when I appear. They want the lifestyle, not the learning. Want the wristwatch, not the yearning. Want the rooftop, not the burning. I want wealth with the wheels still turning. I keep my circle like a silk black card. No loose link when the days get hard. They want access, I want y'all with a high fence and a clean backyard. No force, brag, no caption drama. Just cold winds with a tailored armor. Just drill drums with a smooth panorama. Just sharp lines with design and karma. I arrive smooth with the late rain settles. No raised voice, just a calm eye level. Fresh coat cup with a quiet little metal. I look too clean, but the mind stay rebel. I got plans in a folder, they will not see. New figures landing while I sip my tea. Old scars hidden where the seams run neat. I make class look dark when I touch that beat. No weak promise, no plastic bond. No fake smile from a man too fond. No cheap talk when the truth feels wrong. I read the room and move right on. Cold glass, soft lamp, west view. Low voice, fresh trim, best shoes. No rush, smart play, next move. One hook drops and the whole crowd knew. I don't follow waves, I redesign. I don't chase clocks, I redefine. I don't force doors, I realign. I don't waste hurt, I monetize. I got rhythm tucked neat like a card in the sleeve. Smooth little tone with the threat underneath. They ask why the calm feels hard to read. I say pressure made manners look clean. Late drive gliding past the shuttered stores. No chain loud, but the flex says more. I don't need fame in my front door. I need quiet growth and a higher floor. No singing, just cadence and pocket. No shouting, just a clean deposit. No pleading, just moves in progress. No folding, just calm through losses. I used to dream with the windows leak. Now the city looks small from the suite. Still got grind sitting under the sleek. I make cold rap sound elite. Tailor jacket with the rough pass lining. New calm face, but the hunger still climbing. They talk big with the timing declining. I say less and keep refining. Mood, sharp groove, no rush. Dark view, fresh move, cold touch. Big aim, small talk, hush hush. One line hits and the whole place hush. I don't sell noise, I sell distance. I don't need luck, I need instinct. I don't waste time on resistance. I make everyone feel distinct. One more ride through the silver lip rain. One more call with a private name. One more burst with a calm cold flame. One more win and I switch that lane. I arrive smooth where the late rain settles. No raised voice, just a calm eye level. Fresh coat cup with a quiet little metal. I look too clean, but the mind stay rebel. Break straight through the first impact, no hesitation, riding shotgun, every breath hits with intent and immediately hands the weight to the next one until the whole verse moves like a machine that forgot how to slow down. I don't waste time convincing people the pressure is real because pressure introduces itself without asking, and by the time it reaches my side I've already turned it into fuel instead of friction. Every decision is made with the expectation that tomorrow will demand more than today, so every move has to survive another level before I even call it finished. People get addicted to proving they were right. I get addicted to finding where I'm still wrong because hidden flaws are expensive. Once they grow roots, I'd rather expose them myself than let reality do it for me. That's why nothing stays untouched for long. Yeah. Every habit gets questioned, every routine gets stress tested. Every shortcut gets thrown away the moment it starts pretending to be efficiency. Fast is invaluable if it falls apart underway. Strong is valuable because strong keeps moving after speed runs out. Every sentence keeps colliding into the next one without letting the energy scatter. Every hidden rhyme locking another section together underneath the surface. Every transition arriving from a fresh angle before expectation. It's time to settle, nothing repeats because repetition without evolution quietly steals impact. I don't recycle momentum, I manufacture another wave before the last one reaches the shore. Keeping the movement alive by refusing to let familiarity take the wheel. Comfort never walks through the front door. It sneaks in disguised dissatisfaction, whispering that this version is enough, that another improvement can wait until tomorrow, that another revision won't matter. That's exactly when I push harder. Raise the demand before the excuses become comfortable. Tighten the standard before the edge loses its bite. If something still has another level inside it, leaving it unfinished is the only real failure. Every obstacle arrives carrying information instead of permission. It points toward the weak joint, the slow reaction, the unnecessary habit that survived longer than it deserved. I don't argue with the lesson, I extract it immediately and keep moving. Every difficult moment becomes another upgrade, because standing still trying to understand everything only guarantees the opportunity keeps walking while you're still asking questions. Cadence keeps tightening until every breath feels compressed with intent. Every phrase feeding another sequence without leaving dead space behind. Every line existing because it adds force instead of filling time. No decorative wording, no borrowed attitude, no dependence on yesterday's success. Every section has to prove itself from scratch, because yesterday doesn't get automatic credit inside today's work. I don't chase moments that disappear with attention. I chase execution that keeps paying long after the room empties. One clean choice repeated often enough quietly rewrites identity. One careless choice repeated often enough quietly destroys it. That's why every decision matters before anybody notices it, because invisible habits eventually become visible outcomes, whether you're paying attention or not. By the final line, nothing relaxes, nothing slows, nothing asks for applause. Another target is already replaced the last one. Another standard is already erased the previous ceiling, and another version is already demanding more precision than the one speaking now. Because the only pace worth respecting is the one that keeps outrunning yesterday without ever looking back to check the distance. Yeah. Yeah. Drop in like the walls just split apart. No countdown, no breathing room, every bar driving forward before the last one finishes bleeding into the floor. I don't borrow momentum from the record, I overload the record until the speakers sound like they're fighting to keep up. Every breath is calculated, every sentence lands with purpose. Every second gets squeezed until hesitation has nowhere left to survive. Everybody says they're ready until reality raises the price. That's where the crowd disappears. Dreams get quieter, excuses get louder. I don't lower the standard just because the cost went up. Raise the pressure, raise the expectation, raise the workload. If the target moves, I move faster. If the challenge grows, I grow colder. I never ask whether it's fair, because fairness has never built anything worth remembering. Every line attack from another side, every hidden rhyme stitched so deep it holds the whole structure together without asking for attention. Every transition kicking the door open before prediction catches up. Nothing recycled, nothing copied, nothing leaning on yesterday's momentum. Every section arrives like it has something to prove, and leaves before comfort gets the chance to settle into the rhythm. Wake thinking spreads quietly. One lazy decision becomes another. One delayed move becomes another missed opportunity. One small compromise slowly grows into an entire ceiling. I cut it off immediately. No negotiation, no emotional speeches. Find the flaw, tear it out, or replace it. Keep moving, progress doesn't wait for permission, and neither do I. The cadence keeps locking tighter with every breath, every phrase. Stacking another layer of pressure. Every sentence refusing to release the grip until the verse feels like it's closing in from every direction at once. No filler hiding between the bars, no empty aggression masking weak writing. Every word has to earn its position, because dead weight slows everything around it. People celebrate reaching a level, I celebrate destroying attachment to it. The second something becomes familiar, I challenge it. The second something feels easy, I complicate it. Staying dangerous means refusing to become predictable, even to yourself. That's why every day starts by questioning yesterday instead of protecting it. Nothing here depends on motivation showing up. Motivation disappears when conditions get ugly. Systems don't, discipline doesn't, clear priorities don't. That's what keeps the engine alive when excitement burns out. Anybody can sprint while the lights are bright. Keep driving after the room empties. That's where separation actually happens. Every completed step becomes another demand, never a place to rest. Every finished verse becomes another benchmark waiting to be crushed. Every new horizon immediately replaces the last one, because stopping has never been part of the design. The final word doesn't close the chapter, it lights the fuse for the next one, leaving only one direction worth taking. Forward with more force than the version that started this one. Yeah. I step out calm with a street light shimmer. No big talk, just a cold bone winner. Fresh white soul with a dark coat figure. I move smooth, but the bars cut quicker. Yeah. Black rag glass past the river bend. Phone stays low with a message unsent. I don't need noise when the profit extends. I make quiet look sharp from beginning to end. No hurry, no panic, no wasted motion. Old hard days get a new life focus. They see shine, not the locked up moments. I made rough nights turn polished and potent. I keep a clean look with a street trained mind. Cold little stare with a well-paid grind. They want my lane but they can't read signs. I took back time from a dead end life. Smooth tone, crisp step, high class, dark gloss, latex, dry car, no stress, more checks, 4 cars, one line drops and the room holds fast. I don't need clout, I need clearance. I don't need luck, I need persistence. I don't need talk, I need distance. From fake love with a weak little interest. Passport bent in a leather case. New flat book from a quiet place. Still got hunger under calm face. I make slow moves, feel like high pace. Clean fit, pressure with a drill tight pocket. Small team winning, no need to clock it. They want source but they can't unlock it. I got old pain turned into profit. Look back, no circus hook, just tight drums with a grown man look. Just slick words from a closed black book. Just one flow, making whole room shook. I came from waiting in the cold outside. Now the door swings open when I arrive. Still keep fire with a douse one slide. I don't speak much, let the games reply. Late view, soft light, top floor. New move, close deal, want more. No chase, no waste, no score. Whole place still when I step through door. They want the fit, but not the pressure. Want the win without the measure. Want the life without the weather. I want freedom, taste and leverage. I keep the circle like a private suite. No loose names, run a table seat. They want links, I want receipts. They want drama, I want complete. No loud flex, no messy showing. Just clean wealth with the numbers growing. Just UK drums with the cold wind blowing. Just smooth rap with the sharp side showing. I step out calm with the street light shimmer. No big talk, just a cold bone winner. Fresh white soul with a dark coat figure. I move smooth, but the bars cut quicker. I got pants tucked in a note locked tight. New cash lands on a low late night. Old scar sit on the new cloth. Right, I look composed, but the aim still bites. No weak deal, no cheap relation. No fake hand with the wrong vibration. No loose mouth in a good location. Nah, red silence like information. Cold view, new seat, clean lane, low voice, high worth, no strain. Sharp with fresh cut, more game, one verse hits and they know my name. I don't copy waves, I correct them. I don't chase trends, I select them. I don't force wins, I expect them. I don't hold grudges, I collect them. I got rhythm in the pocket like a card holder. Smooth little line, but the edge gets colder. They ask how I stay so composed, bruv. I say, yo, losses made the heart grow bolder. Late night dinner with the glass wall shines. No chain yelling, but the room reads signs. I don't chase gold, I refine mine. I make quiet flex on prime time. No singing, just cadence and placement. No shouting, just stylish and patience. No begging, just silent advancement. No folding, just clean arranging. I used to dream where the room felt narrow. Now I fly out with a blacked out shadow. Still got aim like a street, still arrow. I make dark roads feel Monaco. Tailored jacket with a rough road memory. New comics with a cold intensity. They speak loud for a weak identity. I stay low and build longevity. Smooth tone, grip step, high class, dark gloss, latex, dry pass, no stress, more checks, 4 cars, one line drops in the room holds fast. I don't sell hype, I sell time and I don't need fame. I need climbing, I don't waste pain. I keep mining, I make cold rap feel shining. Yo, one more ride through the rain-lit avenue. One more bag from a route they never knew. One more verse with a sharp, clear view. One more win and I slide right through. I step out calm with a street light shimmer. No big tour, just a cold bone winner. Fresh white soul with a dark coat figure. I move smooth with the bars cut quicker. Yeah. Break through the blackout before the first spark has a name. No pause, no warning. Every breath snaps into another until the whole verse surges forward. Like nothing in the room has enough weight to slow it down. I don't stand around reading the atmosphere, cause atmosphere changes with whoever walks through the door. I bring my own gravity, my own direction, my own standard. Then let everything else rearrange itself around the decisions already made. Most people don't lose because they lack ability. They lose because they become loyal to a version of themselves that stopped evolving. I refuse to carry out dated instincts into fresh battles. Every morning starts with another audit. What's useful stays, what's average disappears. What's slow in the process gets cut before it convinces itself it belongs. The sharpest edge isn't the one that never dulls. It's the one that's sharpened again before anybody notices the difference. Every phrase slips into unexpected spaces. Every hidden rhyme pulling another thread beneath the surface. Every transition shifting the weight before prediction catches up. I don't recycle momentum because momentum has an expiration date. Build another way before the first one crashes. Build another level before the last one feels complete. Standing still has never looked impressive to me, only unfinished. Everybody keeps asking for opportunities while ignoring responsibility. Responsibility is where the real leverage hides. Handle the small things correctly and bigger doors stop feeling impossible. Ignore the details and even simple tasks become mountains. That's why I stay obsessed with precision. Tiny improvements repeated relentlessly become impossible. Advantages once enough time passes. Pressure doesn't arrive carrying answers, it arrives carrying questions. How stable is the process? How honest is the preparation? How clean are the decisions when everything gets loud? I don't answer with speeches, I answer with execution. Another clear move, another measured reaction, another unnecessary habit left behind before it grows roots. The cadence keeps twisting through fresh pathways, every sentence feeding another layer of movement, every breath reinforcing the next section without leaving dead space behind. No decorative noise, no borrowed identity, no familiar pattern stretched into something that not every bar earns its place because it creates momentum instead of borrowing it from the previous one. I don't waste energy chasing quick validation because validation changes with the room. I'd rather invest in capability that survives empty rooms, difficult mornings and shifting expectations. Capability compounds quietly, nobody notices it while it's growing, and one day people call it natural because they never witnessed the years spent building it one deliberate choice at a time. Comfort keeps offering smaller dreams wrapped in softer language. It says slow down, it says you've done enough, it says protect what you built instead of risking something greater. I decline every time growth never knocked. Wearing comfortable shoes, it arrived covered in uncertainty, carrying heavier demands and expecting stronger discipline than yesterday could provide. Every completed objective becomes another checkpoint instead of a destination. Every improvement creates another responsibility. Every lesson earned through failure becomes another advantage that can't be bought, copied, or borrowed. That's why I never fear starting over. Starting over with experience is stronger than standing still with old success. Final breath doesn't close the story, it launches the next pursuit before the echo disappears. No victory lap, no attachment to old levels, no interest in preserving yesterday's reputation. Another challenge is already waiting, another ceiling is already standing overhead, and I'm already reaching for it because progress only belongs to the people willing to outgrow themselves before the world asks them to. Yeah. Jump in before that. Jump in. Jump in before the dust has a chance to settle. No slow climb, no second guessing. Every breath dragging another thought forward until the whole verse feels like one continuous rush that refuses to break apart. I don't ask the moment if it's ready because moments don't wait. They disappear while people are still making plans. I'd rather make the first move and solve the next problem while running and spend another day rehearsing possibilities that never leave the ground. Nothing around me gets permanent treatment. Every routine has an expiration date. Every habit gets challenged. Every result gets questioned the second it starts looking comfortable. Staying the same is the quietest way to lose. So I rebuild before anything has the chance to grow stale. One adjustment becomes another becomes a better instinct. And before long, the version from last month already feels like somebody I barely remember. Everybody wants proof before taking action, but proof is usually created after the risk, never before it. That's why I don't stand around waiting for certainty to arrive with a guarantee. I trust preparation, clear thinking, and the willingness to adapt faster than the situation changes. The road keeps shifting anyway, so learning to move through uncertainty became more valuable than pretending uncertainty would disappear. Every phrase cuts into a different direction, every hidden rhyme stitched underneath the movement instead of sitting on top of it. Every transition refusing to repeat the last pattern because familiar shapes slowly lose their weight. If the flow starts sounding obvious, I change the angle. If the structure starts feeling predictable, I tear it apart and rebuild it until every section breathes differently from the one before it. Pressure never asked whether I was comfortable, so I stopped asking comfort whether it belonged. Difficult days remove illusions faster than easy ones ever could. They expose lazy decisions, rush thinking, and habits that quietly overstay their welcome good. Now I know exactly what needs replacing. Every weakness found early becomes another advantage later, and that's an exchange I'll take every single time. The movement never pauses to admire itself. Every sentence hands the momentum to the next one. Every breath extending the current without letting the energy collapse into empty aggression. I don't need louder words, I need cleaner execution. Sharp ideas leave deeper marks than loud promises, because promises disappear the moment reality asks them to perform. Nothing valuable has ever stayed alive through convenience. Every worthwhile improvement demanded another revision, another honest honest look, another decision to remove something that once felt necessary. Growth isn't always about adding more. Sometimes it's knowing exactly what no longer deserves to stay, and having the discipline to let it go before it slows everything else. I don't compare my pace with passing trends, because trends change faster than purpose ever should. I'd rather measure today's work against tomorrow's expectations, raising the standard before satisfaction has the chance to unpack. Every completed step creates another responsibility. Every stronger version creates another challenge, and that's exactly the cycle I choose to protect. When the final line lands, it doesn't feel like an ending. It feels like another switch being flipped somewhere ahead. Another opportunity demanding clearer judgment, steadier focus, and stronger execution than the version speaking right now. That's why I keep moving without looking backward, because the next level has always mattered more than defending the last one. And the only direction worth taking is the one that keeps leaving old limits too far behind to recognize. Yeah. Kick the door clean off the hinges before the smoke even settles. Every breath snapping into another like there's no finish waiting at the end. Only another stretch demanding more weight, more precision, more hunger. I don't ease into the pocket because hesitation taxes every second it touches. I arrive already committed, already locked, already moving fast enough that doubt gets left talking to itself while I'm 3 decisions further down the road. Everybody loves saying they want greatness until greatness ends the invoice. That's where voices disappear, that's where promises suddenly become excuses. Wearing better clothes, I don't bargain with the cost. Pay it, learn it, carry it, move again. Every uncomfortable choice buys another level that comfort could never afford. And every sacrifice compounds into something louder than words ever could. Nothing stays sacred for long. The second the routine stops making me sharper, it gets broken apart piece by piece. The second an idea starts feeling predictable, it gets replaced before it grows old enough to become a limitation. I refuse to inherit my own habits. Every sunrise starts a new inspection. Every weakness gets dragged into the light. Every blind spot becomes another project instead of another apology. Every phrase lands from a different angle, hidden connections weaving through the rhythm without leaning on repetition. Every transition cutting across expectation before expectation even understands where it's heading. No borrowed pockets, no recycled cadence, no lazy returns to familiar ground. If the flow can't surprise me anymore, it doesn't survive the session. Pressure keeps showing up, trying different tactics. Sometimes it screams, sometimes it whispers, sometimes it disguises itself as comfort, telling me this level is already enough. That's the biggest lie of them all. Enough is where sharp edges go to disappear. Enough is where ambition slowly trades its heartbeat for routine. I don't shake hands with enough, I bury it before it learns my name. The movement keeps tightening until every breath feels compressed with purpose. Every sentence carrying another impact. Every section refusing to hand momentum back. No wasted syllables, no decorative confidence, no empty aggression pretending to have substance. If a line can't carry the weight of the verse, it gets cut without regret, because weakness spreads faster than strength. If you leave it alone, I don't chase moments, because moments expire. I chase capability. Capability doesn't care who's watching. It survives empty rooms, bad nights, missed chances, and heavier expectations. Every clean decision's tracing the next one until discipline becomes impossible to separate from instinct. And instinct starts arriving before fear even has time to introduce itself. Nothing in front of me is permanent. Every wall is temporary. Every ceiling negotiable. Every setback unfinished. I don't ask whether something can be moved. I keep applying pressure until it moves or breaks, and either answer gives me another direction to attack. That's why standing still has never made sense. Motion reveals answers that thinking alone can never reach. Last breath hits just as hard as the first, because slowing down before the finish has never belonged in my vocabulary. One target falls, another one appears. One standard gets reached, another one replaces it immediately. That's the cycle I protect with everything I've got, because the only thing worth fearing isn't failure. It's waking up and realizing the version from 6 months ago is still the strongest one you've ever been. Yeah. What dum 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 dum. Yeah, crash straight through the first first hit, no countdown, no soft landing. Every breath arrives already committed, every sentence pulling the next one forward so aggressively. The rhythm barely has time to recover before another wave crashes into it. I don't step into the pocket to fit the beat, I force the beat to stretch around the weight of the delivery, keeping every movement deliberate, every choice sharp enough to cut away hesitation before it grows into another wasted minute. Forget chasing approval, because approval changes owners every day. I chase standards that get heavier every time they reach standards that refuse to congratulate me for yesterday, because yesterday already spent everything it had to offer. Every finished page becomes raw material, every completed run becomes another starting point. Every result gets examined until the smallest weakness shows itself, then it's removed before comfort has the chance to defend it. Every line keeps folding into another layer without giving predictability a place to stand. Hidden patterns weaving underneath the surface, every transition changing direction before expectation settles. Every shift carrying more force than the last one. Instead of recycling familiar ground, I don't repeat energy, I replace it. I don't protect formulas, I break them apart while they're still working, so the next version arrives sharper before the old one is time to fade. Pressure never deserves respect just because it looks intimidating. Strip away the noise and it's always asking the same question: are you willing to keep moving when nobody promises the reward is close? My answer never changes, because commitment isn't built on guarantees, it's built on refusing to negotiate with discomfort. Every difficult moment becomes another chance to tighten the process, clean the thinking, and remove another excuse before it learns how to sound convincing. Speed means nothing without control, control means nothing without intent, intent means nothing without action, so everything stays connected from the first breath onward. No empty gestures, no decorative confidence, no borrowed attitude trying to imitate conviction. Every decision earns the next one, every adjustment compounds into another advantage. Every correction quietly raises the ceiling while everyone else is still celebrating the floor they just reached. Weak habits never disappear on their own, they wait for distraction and quietly reclaim territory, so I don't leave them unattended for a single day. Audit the process, sharpen the focus, tighten the execution, question every routine before routine starts questioning ambition. That's the difference between maintaining momentum and watching it slowly leak away without realizing where it went. Every phrase keeps compressing the energy tighter instead of letting it spread thin. Every breath extending the pressure to another sequence, every section refusing to relax, because the objective isn't surviving the beat, it's overwhelming it. If something feels familiar, reshape it. If something feels easy, increase the demand. If something feels complete, test it again, because completion is usually the first disguise complacency wears. Nothing here exists to impress for a moment, everything exists to withstand another round, another challenge, another level of expectation that would have broken yesterday's version without hesitation. That's why I keep rebuilding instead of preserving, refining instead of defending, advancing instead of admiring, because the only thing more dangerous than failure is believing the current version no longer needs to evolve. When the final word lands, the pace doesn't collapse, it rolls straight into the next objective without asking whether the crowd is ready, because readiness has never belonged to the audience, it belongs to the person willing to sharpen the blade again before the previous cut has even stopped echoing. Dum 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 dum.